How's it going, everyone? Thank you for tuning in. You're watching Charles J Films. If you follow, you can call me CJ. Today is episode 2 of our Let's Talk, and today we're going to talk about lighting. That's not right. That's better. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. Today is going to be a really basic and general cover of lighting because there's a lot of different ways that you can go about lighting. There's a lot of different techniques, a lot of different, scenarios. And at the end of the day, it really does come down to creative preference. So we're not going to go into too much detail. If you want to know more, go ahead and leave a comment or give me a DM and we'll go ahead and take it from there. But today we're just going to go ahead and talk about the 3-point lighting setup, my 3-point lighting setup, and some key terms to keep in mind when you're building your next set. To start off, we're going to go ahead and talk about the key light. Now, your key light is generally going to fill up the most amount of light in your scene. So keep that in mind. That's why it's called key. You gotta have the keys. Now, I like to keep my key light high up, just so that way it's dropping down and giving a nice even shadow and a nice drape of light over me or over your talent, whichever you're going for. The next light setup is a backlight. Now there's a lot of different ways you can do a backlight. You can use a lot of different types of lights for a lot of different types of purposes, and not one light is limited to one name, if that makes sense. I hope it does. Right now I just have the red on me, but say if I were to turn this a little bit to the left, that would now be hitting my background. Currently my backlights are actually what I have as practicals. Now, practicals are things like this lamp here. You can actually see it in the shot, and it's giving off light, and the light is affecting the scene. If you needed a light in your scene, maybe disguise it as a practical. So you can put a lamp or anything on it to give it, motivation, and there you go, you got your practical. Now, on to the next one. Rim lights are really, you can either use them just for creative preference or not. You don't need them, but they're a really good way to separate you from the background. You can actually have your rim light be the backlight and your rim light at the same time if you were to place it in a certain area. Right now I just have it focused on me, so it's not actually lighting the background. I have the practicals helping me do that. Okay, so let me just go ahead and rewind a little bit. That is your basic 3-point lighting setup. You have your key light, you have your rim light, and you have your backlight. Now, if you want to add more splash to it, you can add things like practicals. I would never recommend having your studio lights inside your shot unless it is covered or has a motivation. And by motivation, I mean if you need a light in your shot, then maybe put a lamp in there to make it more motivated, to give it more purpose. So that way it's not just some studio light that everyone can see in your shot. I mean, in my opinion, I just don't think it looks that creatively appealing. But hey, it's your video, do what you want. Next light that we have is the accent light. Now, a lot of different things can be the accent light. For me, I would consider it to be the lights in the back. They're not anything special. They're not doing anything special besides looking pretty. And that's really all that accent lights do. Accent lights can really create depth within a frame, and they can, really create separation between the background and the subject, which a lot of these lights are really doing, but hey, lighting is lighting, they're meant to light. The next light that we have is called the catch light. Now, catch lights can either be lights that can be seen on your eye as a reflection, or they can be seen on glasses or anything like that. So for instance, I have my glasses on here. You should actually be able to see catch light from my key light. And that right there, the light catching onto my glasses, hence catch light. The next light that we are going to be talking about is a fill light, and a fill light really is just to even out the shadows where there will be some. If you have just 1 or 2 lights, that is often a problem, unless it is something that you're going for. Again, like I had mentioned before, it really does come down to creative preference, so if it's what you're looking for, then hey, keep it. But if not, then a fill light would probably be best, just to even out your shadows and not make it look as harsh. Now again, this was just a very basic rundown of lighting. There's still a lot that I have not covered. There's techniques, there's different types of lighting. You have high key lighting, low key lighting. There's different ways to do so, and if you guys have any of those questions, or maybe have a scene that you want to pull off, or maybe have any questions on how I would probably pull off that scene, I would be more than happy to maybe even play that scene out for you guys and let you guys know how I did all of that. So that's all I have for you guys today. I know it was very general. If you want to know anything specific, go ahead and leave a comment or shoot me a DM. I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can, and we'll go ahead and get a video up for that as soon as possible as well. But anyways, I appreciate you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. I'll be having a lot of great content coming up and a lot of cool announcements as well. Now, when it comes down to it, it's all about creative preference. So play with your lights. If it fits your story, run with it. You already know what it is. Film on. Peace out. I'll see you guys in the next video.